Hey there, beautiful ladies. I will try my best to not keep you long, but this is a really important video. I've had lots of questions lately, and I think it's just because of the time of the year that we're in about microneedling. So this video, that's the focus. We're going to talk about microneedling, what it is in general, and then specifically our Southern Glow approach. So hopefully this will answer lots of questions for you. So I'm sorry, I keep hitting the thing. This is the best time of year to get microneedling, in my personal opinion. You're not as environmentally subjected to UV and things like that. Also, lots of people are off around this time, so this is when they want to go through their healing, and you want to be fully healed and see the aftermath of this service around spring going into summer kind of thing. So this is peak season, I guess, for it. Now, microneedling is CIT. It's also known as CIT, which is collagen induction therapy. We all have collagen in our body. And as we get older, our collagen kind of weakens and relaxes over time. Starting mid-20s to early 30s, you're going to see that. Now, your skin is one of only 2 organs that can regenerate itself. That alone is phenomenal. So we want to do anything and everything we can to help that process. So when you are, we call it feeding your collagen, you are basically exercising it. You're giving it everything it needs to be top notch and respond aggressively. Now, microneedling is intentional wound therapy. Okay, you're intentionally puncturing the face. It's like tiny little needles that go all in your face or anywhere. This doesn't just have to be your face. Microneedling is great for stretch marks, for hyperpigmentation, for scarring, especially. If you have any of that anywhere else, you need to speak with your esthetician one-on-one and see if it's an add-on that you can do. Like, hey, after you do my face, I've got this scar here. Can we do that? Just speak with them to see if it would be an appropriate fit. It does so much more, I think, than a lot of people realize. So there's that. Now, when you do this, when you cause these intentional wounds, then your skin is going to respond to that. And it's basically sending its own little powerhouse to the site of the wound to repair it. When that happens, your collagen is in overdrive. Now, your skin has what's called a memory. This is why after you use something for 3 months or so, going into month 4, you're like, this brightener is not working as great as it did in the beginning, or this cleanser is just not doing it for me as much as it did in the beginning. It has a memory and it'll start to tolerate things. So what happens is over time, your collagen production is at its same almost autopilot rate kind of thing. You can do things. You can take in collagen, add a scoop to your coffee every morning, drink some in your juice every morning. Whatever you want to do, you can add supplementation, collagen, and ingest it. That's great. Keep doing that. We highly recommend that. And it's going to robotically process and absorb that. You also want to switch that up. Side note, every 3-4 months or so, whatever kind you're using, give another kind a shot and then come back to that. Okay, now back to microneedling. Sorry, I could go on for days and get all kinds of squirrels jumping out at me on this, so I'm trying my best to stay focused for you. Sorry. Now, back to this. So what you want to do is when you're getting microneedling, you're changing the memory process of your collagen. So it's traumatized now, and it went to the site of the wounds, and it's healing the wounds. When you do that over the course of 3 months, you want to do that once every 4.5 weeks or so. You've now changed the memory of your collagen production. So now it's not doing that robotic autopilot collagen production. It only knows that trauma rate, and that's your collagen production. That's tighter, brighter skin. So the elasticity, think of the elasticity in your skin, things that lift. And I know a lot of people are doing the weight loss shots, and we're now in January and we're all focused on looking and feeling a certain way. This is when our skin starts to drop. And this is huge for this, especially through here. So now what you want to do is after you get 3 to 4, you may even need 5 depending on the current skin condition. After 3 to 4 of those treatments, your skin, your collagen production, now that's its memory. It knows that rate, an accelerated rate. That's great. Now your skin cells coming to the surface each cycle are tighter and brighter. Now you want to maintain this by getting this We are told about once a year you want to get another microneedling to re-traumatize that collagen because it'll start to forget. You want to re-traumatize it to make it remember, and then you're good for again for a while. I personally microneedle myself every 6 months, and I have a few clients that do it about every 6-8 months or so. My recommendation is don't give it a year, do it about every 10 months at the minimum. Now, all of that to say, the reason I love this service so much is because it's my own body. We do not use any type of, there's PRP, like the platelet-rich plasma, where they withdraw your blood. We don't do that. They do that in lots of places, and I stand by that, and I think that's a great service. We also do not use like, there's different, like there's BB creams that they can do, like makeup foundation type thing that they'll do at the same time. There's all kinds of different things that people can use. We do not do that. Specifically at Southern Glow, we use like a hyaluronic, which your body already makes, so there's no contraindications to that. But that is the quote buffer that we use. So that said, do your research, call around, get prices, find out what the buffer is that they use, ask what numbing agent they use, what tool do they use. This is really important. Here at Southern Glow, we use the Skin Pen. Now, the Skin Pen is the original, it was the first FDA approved device for this service. Since then, just like in any industry and with any successful service, there's lots of, things copied on the market. We stand by the Skin Pen. That's the one we use. That's the one we love. It's the one I stand by. Now, that said, there's different depths into the skin that you want to go. Subcutaneous tissue is what this is called. 2.5 millimeters is where it's at. That is the max that you want to go. That is where the collagen, that's where everything takes place at that depth. So that said, as you're calling around getting the information, ask that. I like for you guys to be educated and know what to ask so that you know you're getting the best value for what you're going to put your money into, because this is not a cheap service. Now, rolling right into that, here at Southern Glow, one microneedling session is $350. A package of 3 sessions is $9.99. What that gets you is the 3 microneedling sessions plus a facial imaging session before we start, and then 30 days after your last treatment. In addition to a mini enzyme facial at the end of your series. So it's like the full shebang. For that, you get, this is what this did for you kind of thing. Now, you also want to kind of maintain, you want to help. At that point, when you've invested that in your skin, you want to maintain your results as best as possible. So you want to maintain your oxygen facials, your hydra facials. You want to maintain your good regimen at home. You want to make sure you're protecting your investment, is what I call it. And then, like I said, get your maintenance one every 10 months minimum. I and some others prefer more often than that. So completely up to you. Talk to your esthetician about it. Ask all the questions. We are, of course, happy to help. And downtime. That was another question I had a lot of you ask. So the evening that you get, or the day that you get your microneedling, you're going to want to go home after that service. You're going to be red. You might have some pinpoint bleeding, a little puffy. You're traumatized. That's what we did. You want to go home. That night, once you sit back and relax, we do have what's called a recovery mask that we highly recommend. It is an upcharge. It's $20 that you want to put on your face and just let it sit. Basically, your skin is going to suck all that in, and it's just really going to take away a lot of that tightness and that heat. By the next day, 24 hours after your service, is when you can gently cleanse. You can gently put on night cream or day cream, sunscreen, wherever that falls in your timeline. You don't want to have any kind of harsh, anything exfoliating, no rough rags or anything like that. You've got some rules per se. We give you a little note card when you leave that are your post microneedling instructions, just a little bullet point of reminders just to get optimal results. Sorry. So I think I've covered all the questions. If I have not, I am sorry. Please message me again, remind me, and then I will address them. But I know this is a long video. I'm sorry. There's so much detail when it comes to microneedling that I don't want to miss with you guys. So hopefully this answers a lot of them. If there's something else we can help with, we are happy to do so. We hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and we really hope to see more of you in 2025. We hope you're making yourself a priority. We cannot pour from empty cups, so we are here to help you. Thank you so much for choosing us. We love and adore you, and Happy New Year.